Yes, so you're welcome back to Smokey's football channel. I hope you're all doing good. Yeah, the new season has kickstarted and the EPL table is already taking shape. We are already starting to see the teams that are serious about this season and teams that are already losing matches and dropping points. But I'll come back to that in just a bit. I would like to talk about some surprising transfers that, were shocking for me. I don't know about you, but those transfers were shocking for me. Like the likes of Brahim Sterling going to Arsenal. I mean, isn't Chelsea, aren't we just, strengthening Arsenal, despite the fact that they have Martinelli, they have Trossard, they have Saka, they have all these boys, and still you're adding Sterling to that list. But I understand the fact that we need to sell a player because the team is already filled with a lot of attackers. I just hope he doesn't do well. I hope he, performs the same way he was performing at Chelsea, not giving out passes and everything. You understand? Yeah, that's for Sterling. Also, a very silent transfer that, gave me a little bit of shivers is, I don't know about you guys, but James Ward-Prowse going to Nottingham Forest is a threat any day. Adding James Ward-Prowse to that because that their kick and follow game that whenever the match is about to end and they are just looping balls into the box 18 and everything, to now have somebody like Ward-Prowse that can help them with the set pieces, taking free kicks, corners, looping balls into the box. I mean, I think it's a very good signing for Nottingham Forest, and I know they will do better than they did last season. Another surprising deal for me was that of Lukaku going to Napoli, although not so surprising because Antonio Conte has always wanted his man in Lukaku. But the fact that we did not do a swap with Napoli eventually, it didn't end up being a swap because we could not get Victor Osimhen. And the deal was so funny because Osimhen was about 80% going through to Al Ahly, and all of a sudden Napoli just started changing the terms and agreements of the contract, and the thing fell through, the thing fell apart. And last minute, the funniest part for me was the salary Chelsea were offering Victor Osimhen. It was just outrageous. I don't want to believe that's the real amount they were offering him. A player that's collecting about 12 million euros yearly, you're offering him 4 million. Okay, let's assume, okay, adding the add-ons and everything, that's about 8 million because it's 4 million guaranteed sum, then another 4 million in add-ons. 4 million euros is about 3.3 million pounds. And if my calculations are right, that should be about 68 million. That's no, sorry, 68,000 pounds weekly. 16,000 pounds weekly is chicken change. Palmer is taking, I think, about 120,000 pounds weekly. So now I think you're offering Victor Osimhen 68,000 pounds. I don't know what's going on at Chelsea. I don't know what the ambition is. I don't know what the goals are, but they ended up not signing a striker, a quality striker again this transfer window. So we're back to the drawing board again, still with Jackson and McGew. I was thinking they were going to loan out McGill, even with the fact that we didn't sign Victor Osimhen. I was thinking it was going to be more reasonable to loan out McGew and make him have playing time, maybe at Strasbourg or something. Let him have playing time. Then you have the likes of Nkunku and João Felix that you can play up front or as a false nine alongside Jackson. So everybody gets to play. You understand what I'm saying? Because now you have a lot of attackers in the field. You have Sancho, you have Neto, you have Felix, you have Modric, you have Gu, you have Nicholas Jackson, you have Madrid. It's just too much. All these players are eventually not going to get time. One that I can say for sure is Mikhailo Modric should as well just look for a team to sign him either on loan or a permanent deal because is not going to get time. Anyway, I might be wrong. I don't know what the coaches or the team, the Chelsea board are doing behind the doors, but logically, he should not be getting any time in this team any longer with the caliber of players that we have. We even have Jadon Sancho now. Yes, so like I said earlier, the EPL table is starting to take shape and we are already seeing, the same patterns and, the teams that are, in the top four and they are, moving gradually to their rightful positions. And the teams that are in the below half are going, everybody's moving to their rightful positions. And I don't know what to expect this season. Is there going to be an upset from the likes of maybe West Ham, Aston Villa, even Tottenham, all those teams? Is there going to be an upset or is it just going to be the regulars? Is it going to be what do you call it now? Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and one other team. Nobody knows what that one other team will be. Is it going to be Chelsea? Is it going to be Tottenham? Is it going to be West Ham? Or is it going to be Aston Villa? Only time will tell. But as it is, Man City still looks to be the favourites this season because it's just 3 matches and they have not goofed one bit. They look like they just picked up from where they left off last season. All the teams they have played, they have been winning comfortably. No team has given them any headaches or any hiccups. But you can argue that they have not played major teams like maybe the likes of Aston Villa and co. But they played Chelsea, they played Ipswich. Okay, Ipswich is coming from the championship. And today they played West Ham and they won comfortably. So I don't know. I think this season's trophy might as well go to Man City once again. The only thing that I believe might knock them off their strides, it would be those sanctions from the PFA or the sanctions basically that they have, the 105 offenses or is it sanctions that they have. And I think that might knock them off their strides if they are found guilty. And when I say knock them off their strides, only God knows what the repercussions would be. Are they going to deduct points? Are they going to leave the league in itself? The punishment goes a long way. We don't know what exactly the punishment is going to be. We don't know if it's going to be deduction of points. We don't know if it's going to be demotion to the championship. We don't know if it's going to be total expulsion from the league because 105 charges is a lot. It's a lot. And you can't tell me that they are going to be innocent for even 90% of that. They can't be innocent of 90%. So one way or the other, they are going to be found guilty and they are going to be charged. And that, might knock them off their strides eventually. So anything aside that, if they are found innocent, I'm telling you that they are going to win this EPL once again. The other team that I believe will be competing for the EPL title this season is Arsenal. And already they've started dropping points. They played against Brighton of Albion today and, they dropped a point. They played a 1-1 draw. It was, although they got a red card for Declan. But still, those are the kind of matches they should be winning because Brighton is not one of the top 6 teams. They still get to play the likes of Arsenal. They still get to play the likes of Liverpool, Man U, Man City, and co. So I don't know. Maybe they'll pick up form back and clear the other teams. You never can tell. It's still pretty early. But from what we can see, it looks like it's still going to be the same old thing. Man City, Arsenal, first, second, either ways. And Liverpool, although Liverpool is really looking good, and you can argue they have not played big teams like the other sides too, like Arsenal and Man City. But they also have a 100% record as stands with Man City. Well, let's see how it goes. Other teams that I said earlier that I believe are not ready for this season are the likes of Chelsea. Whoa, I do not know what to say about my team. I don't understand. Yes, we played 2 matches. The first match we lost against Man City 2-0. Was it 2-0 or 2-1? Come to think of it, I don't even remember. I think it was 2-1. I'm not sure. Anyways, the second match we won and we won quite well. We won against Wolves and it was a 6-2 victory. The team looked really good, but the defense still looks very shaky. The defense is still very shaky. Left to me, the only 2 players in that defense, I mean the central defense now, is Levi Cole and Fofana, and those are the only 2 players we can rely on, and those were the 2 that played in that match. Disasi, Badiashile, and Tosin, they look very jittery at the back. And it's starting to worry me because I don't know what happens if someone like Fofana gets injured or Levi Cole gets injured. It means that's the end of the team. Also, the problem of selection in the middle with Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, Romeo Lavia, and all. Those 3 for me was the plan of Enzo Fernandez. No, Enzo Maresca, I meant to say. Those 3 were the plan of Enzo Maresca to play this season in that midfield, but it hasn't seemed to work. Enzo Fernandez is not given enough up front, and even defensively is not given enough. So the outstanding player in that middle has been Romeo Lavia so far, followed by Caicedo. So if there's a way we could keep playing Caicedo and Romeo Lavia, then a Palmer, and maybe when there's an injury or you need a substitute, then you can bring in Enzo Fernandez, I think we would get a more solid midfield. Up front, we have no problems. It's just a matter of the players gelling together. But in the middle of the pack, if we can have Lavia fit, not staying out of injury, and Caicedo, then with Palmer just ahead of them in the 10, it would be a fantastic game. Trust me. Yes, so having said that, this brings me to my match preview for Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. Well, Crystal Palace is not the team they used to be. They've lost a lot of star players. If I say a lot of star players, okay, they've lost Michael Olise, who happens to be the second focal point in that attack alongside Eze. But still, I believe we have enough firepower off front to upset them to win the match. Behind, I don't think we have a good defense to withstand their attack. I'm not so sure. The problem we're having is that middle of the pack. If we can get the middle sorted, I think we should have a good day. So the team that I would put up against Crystal Palace is Robert Sanchez as the keeper, Marc Cucurella on the left as the left back, Levi Colwell as the left centre back, Datro Fofana right centre back, and Malo Gusto as the right back. And just ahead of them, I would have Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo. In the 10, I would have Cole Palmer. On the right, I would have Madueke. On the left attack, I would have Nkunku. And in the center, I would have Nicholas Jackson. And on the bench, I would have Sancho, Neto, Felix, and Cole, for extra firepower. One thing I can say is good for Chelsea is the fact that our bench, we can always have a better bench than whatever team we are playing against. When it comes to attackers, we have a better bench. Having the likes of Sancho, Felix, and Neto on the bench is something most teams dream of having. But either ways, the downside is that these players might start to grumble over time if they don't get enough playing time. And the fact that you need to keep rotating the team, you might not easily get get stability up front. Speaking of the results, my prediction for that match, let me see. Crystal Palace, Chelsea. I would predict a 3-1 win in favor of Chelsea. Yeah, 3-1 win in favor of Chelsea. I believe we have enough firepower up front, to win that match, to see it through. And one being that I know we'll definitely make errors at the back, or definitely, commit blunders at the back. So there you have it. Let me know what you feel about my predictions. Let me know what you feel about the Chelsea team. Let me know what you feel about the transfers. Also, the likes of Ward Prowse going to Nottingham Forest, the likes of Sterling going to Arsenal, Sancho to Chelsea. Let me know what you feel. Let me, tell me your own predictions. Who do you think is going to win this EPL season? Leave your comments in the comment section. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell notification so you get notified anytime I drop a new video. Give us a thumbs up and leave comments in the comment section. Till next time, peace.